Mr. Zemper, thanks very much. It's a pleasure to sit and chat with you today. So I thought we'd get started, and I've got a slew of pictures here, and I'll show the audience just to get started. And again, we're going to be talking about Howell. And Zemp, why don't you tell me about this picture here? It says here that this is the first picture taken in Howell.
Well, this is a picture of the main four corners in Howell. We're looking up Michigan Avenue, which is now Michigan Avenue, is called East Street at that time, and Grand River runs across it. And that's the meeting there. Then.
So this is the main four corners of Howell, and none of these buildings are left in existence,
are
they?
Now, no. The building on the right there was the Union Hotel.
That's where the First National Bank is today.
That's where the First National Bank is, yes. Across the street where
the coffee
Yak's
shop
Jewelry is.
Oh, Yak's, okay, in the other corner, the northwest corner.
A grocery store, or a drugstore and jewelry store for quite a while. It was a bank after 1915 until McPherson Bank. The picture was taken from
the angle here was fairly tall.
We're up on the roof of the first real school,
okay.
School building that we had. And it was a school that was built in 1847. It was a two-story school.
Now, and that from when this picture's taken, is that where the current post office is today? Is that the location, or is it?
It would be just about exactly in the spot where the post office is now.
And then before the post office was the Michigan Avenue High School, and then before that was this building you're referencing?
Before that was the Central School.
Okay.
That was built in 1869. And it lasted until 1918 when they tore it down to build the Michigan Avenue School.
Right.
And then but before that was the school that this picture was taken from.
Okay.
It was an old two-story school just called the Union School. That's the only name I've ever found for it. But this is the first picture that I've ever found. It was taken by, I believe, by Wilbur Johnson's father. Wilbur Johnson was a druggist here in town for years and years, and he and his father used to make postcards after postcards came into fashion.
Okay.
And so he took a lot of those pictures.
And so this is another picture I'm looking at that was, I don't know what year it was taken. Maybe it said,
well, you can get
this is a courthouse lawn. This is looking from the north to the south, looking at the Cleary's buildings in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's this tall building in the distance?
That's the Central School.
That's the Central School. That's when you were referencing.
That's where the post office is now. And this is the old courthouse before the one we have now.
Okay.
That was built in 1847 and taken down in 1887. It had a residence of the sheriff in the front of the building.
Of the old courthouse?
The old courthouse.
Okay.
He lived in there, and then in the back part of the first floor was the jail. Then the whole second floor was the courtroom. And so they didn't have any room for anything else. I mean, the county clerk and the register of deeds and all those people, there was no room for them in there. So they had to build these they were little wooden buildings at first on each side of the courthouse. By 1869, we'd had several fires, one real big fire in '59, and people realized that those little wooden buildings had all the records of the county in it. And they were scared stiff because we were having fires all the time. That they were going to burn one of these days, and we'd lose all those records. So they finally made these brick ones in there about 1883. But all the wood is all cut here to work in the fireplaces in the courthouse during this. Is the Presbyterian Church over here. And it's got a wooden sidewalk going up to Grand River.
This picture here is another downtown Howell shot. Michigan, this is Grand River and Michigan Avenue, looks like the main four corners. This is the old, well, I say old, but it's the First National Bank building, but it looks a little different than it does today. It's got a rounded top there in the center.
The Masonic Hall used to be on the third floor. Masonic Hall was in a lot of different places. It was in that old first picture that we had there too, of the hotel.